evening. Tonight, I'm very happy to welcome Miss Erin Miracle from the United States. She's a multidisciplinary artist, a dancer, an actress, and right now we can say she joined our practice as a curator and festival organizer with her new festival. Hi, Erin, how are you? Welcome.
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me.
Congratulations on your success behind and in front of the cameras and on stage as well. I want to ask you, uh, you know, um, can you can resume for us your how did you got interested into art? I know you originally from the United States, but you lived a great bunch of your childhood and teenage year in Europe, in Germany,
Mhm.
and then you returned to the United States. What can you tell us about this journey?
Yes. Originally, I'm from Oklahoma, where my family is from, but my parents had traveled around Europe, really, and all over the world in the 70s. And
Hmm.
we grew up hearing their stories of their adventures. And I became sort of fascinated with the idea of living in Europe. And my father got he'd heard about an opportunity to work with the military as a therapist. So he applied, and within a couple months, he got a job in Germany. So we moved to Germany. I was 11, and we went to German schools, which was really a challenge because I did not speak the language at first. Um, and I learned really just from friends and became fluent. It didn't take very long. It probably took about 4 months before I was speaking fluently. And we traveled all over Europe. And I was um, dancing with a company there and was also acting in musical theater. And I starred as Annie in the musical Annie and was nominated for Best Actress at the age, I think I was 12 or 13. Um, and we spent about almost 3 years there and then moved back to Oklahoma. And then I went to college I went to Cal Arts, and my parents and little sister moved back to Germany, and they still live there.
This is great. And during the last couple of years, you did beside your dancing and uh, your practice as a choreographer as well. I've seen in regarding cinema, you did a collection of shorts and also some feature films. And right now, you're shooting a new film, right?
Yes. Right now, well, I've written and directed and produced two short films myself, but I am a producer with Different Duck Films, that is head by Rob Margolis, who I met at a film festival in 2019. And I watched two of his feature films that he wrote and directed and produced, and they were what you would consider low budget, but they all had name actors and fantastic story and quality. And he's had them distributed. He's really mastered kind of the art of producing low budget films and really has had a lot of success. So, and we are in partnership with our film festivals this year. Him and I both started our festivals at the same time last year. I brought him into the festival world as a director of a film festival, and
Hmm.
part of his prize for his festival um, is he'll select a handful of films to be developed and produced. So the two films that we have been working on this year have both been he discovered these films through his film festival, and then we have like I want to say maybe 4 more films that we are slated to produce this year. Um,
Mhm.
and we are going to do the same thing with our festivals that were in Las Vegas. We're bringing them to Los Angeles, and we will continue to take some of the best scripts that we find and produce them in next year, and also films that are completed that don't have distribution yet. We can help those filmmakers find distribution for their films.
Yes, and Erin, right now, before we can talk about your festival, I want to ask you about your short films, like Thunder and Lightning and Field of Screams. Are they available on a certain platform right now online, or they only did some festival circling?
Yeah, they are currently still doing some the circuit. So they are actually available on Film Freeway, but
Uh-huh.
I won't be making them available to the public technically until they're
Yes,
done winning awards at
yes.
festivals.
This is great. Yes. So we look forward after their festival, selections to see them on a certain platform, in the future.
Yes, I'm excited to show them. They were done in school, um,
Yes,
but they have been received very, very well. So I'm grateful for that.
this is great. And right now, I want to ask you about the festival. It has your name, and Erin Miracle is your family name. I mean, Miracle is your family name or an artistic name?
No, it is my family name,
Really?
and I've
Mhm.
done a lot of research, and it's been spelled miracle since at least the 1700s. So I've been able to trace it back that far. It
The
could
family
have,
tree.
say that again?
The family tree.
Yes, I've done a lot of research, and we've been in America since at least the 1700s. It could have been a German name that
Yes.
uh, was changed to Miracle, but
Mhm.
I have only gone as far as the 1700s, and it's been spelled Miracle ever since.
Yes. And right now, about your festival, I imagine it is the first edition, right?
This is the second. We
Second
are
one.
about, yes, I published a new site, brand new site today about 30 minutes ago.
Yes.
So I was very, I was working very hard.
Website. Yes. What is the domain name, and so people can check it out?
It is www.miraclemakersiff.com.
Okay. International Film Festival. Yes. Miracle Makers International Film Festivals.com.
It's
Great.
actually
And
just iff.com.
IFF. Yes. Yeah, I'm explaining only the abbreviation
Right.
for the listeners. But right now, Erin, what can you tell us about the concept of the festival and where it did take place in the last edition?
The concept is that it's for stories that make you believe.
Hmm.
So it's not exclusively faith-based, um, as far as particular faith, but faith is at the heart of the festival, um, not only for stories that inspire, or have some sort of element that brings faith and hope, but also we have faith in our makers, and
Yeah.
Miracle Makers is very much about finding um, people and artists that have maybe not yet been fully discovered or um, noticed as much as they deserve. So we are definitely looking for those artists that we want to give a platform to and a spotlight for, and really showcase their work in a new way. And then because we are partnering now with First Frame International Film Festival, which Rob Margolis is the director. We are, like I said, not only trying to give a platform and showcase these artists, but now we have the opportunity to get their work made and produced and distributed. So our first year last year was in Las Vegas, and my mentor, Del Weston, had been doing his festival for almost 20 years. So he was truly a master. And he and I share that same desire to believe in makers and encourage them to be brave and to be bold and to have faith. And he had built a community of filmmakers and artists that would just blow your mind how many people he had brought into his community, and the amount of work he did to build those artists up. And so I got to learn from him firsthand how to do a fest and how to treat the filmmakers, which I think was the best. One of his best qualities was how much he cared. He knew he had a list of thousands of people, and it was like he knew each one of them and took so much time to care for them personally. And so that is something I bring into my fest. He passed last year. He was not even able to be at the festival. So that was an enormous loss and trauma for me and for all of the people that absolutely loved Del Weston. He blessed so many people. So it took a little bit of time for me to kind of mourn that loss and recover. And it was a little bit difficult to even think about doing this festival on my own without him. But my faith is strong, and I have taken the time to reinvent Miracle Makers in a sort of a new way. And it's now going to be in Los Angeles, and it's still has that same heart. And Mr. Weston is still, his spirit is still very, very much a part of the festival, but it is definitely going to be new and different this year, and I think it will continue to grow.
This is great. Yeah, and people like him leave a lot of legacy and inspiration for artists and audience. And this is great. Your collaboration with him inspired to create this festival. And right now, Erin, last year you did the festival physically or it was online because of COVID?
No, we did it physically, and it was in Vegas, and it was at the height of the Delta variant.
Uh-huh.
So it
Yeah.
was not the best, scenario, and yet the people that were able to attend, we did everything we could to make it a fantastic experience. And the people that didn't attend, we still did our best to make it a great time. And we've gotten incredible reviews, and people were so supportive. And but though I think the one thing that was not ideal was that we weren't able to deliver the awards in person. So for those filmmakers that did not get to attend in person and get their awards, we will be giving those awards out this year in person. So people will have the opportunity to come who weren't able to last year.
Yes. And this year, what will be the dates of the new edition in Los Angeles?
Currently, that's November 8th through the 10th, and we might add one more day, so possibly through the 11th. But currently, it's the 8th through the 10th of November, and it's at the Look Dine and Theater in Monrovia, which is in Los Angeles County, but it's a very small, idyllic little town right at the foothills of the mountains. And it looks like an idyllic movie town. It's so adorable, and the local businesses, they're all unique and just lovely. And the dine-in theater has a bar and a really impressive menu, and you can scan your QR code on your chair, and they'll deliver drinks and food, um, and it is also very idyllic. So, and it was actually, before it was The Look, it had a different name, but, Dell had done his festival there. I'm not sure how long, um, but I had heard him talk about this location before, and I didn't even realize it. I had gone to Monrovia and I'd seen it and I fell in love and I thought, "This is where I want to host the festival this year." And then I realized that it was the place that Dell had, hosted his festival for, oh, I think a couple years. So when we were doing the tour, actually the guy who gave the tour for me knew Dell very well and didn't even realize that Dell had passed. But I think that's extremely special, that it's just another way that his spirit, and that his presence, I think, will be there.
Yes. And right now, you just told me that you launched the website of the festival, right?
Yes.
You will start accepting submissions on the website, or you plan also to make an effort and select yourself the movies?
The website is live today and the festival is live today. So the website will direct you to Film Freeway, which is where
Yeah.
people can submit. Film Freeway is the most popular platform for submitting films, and for film festivals. It's very, very, very easy. Um, it's a fantastic platform. And then we are also, about to be live on a Chinese platform, which Dell, introduced us to last year. And mine only became live last year, a week before the festival, but I did get, a handful of submissions that were really outstanding. So I think it's very cool that we're also, um, reaching out to that part of the world and getting submissions and work, from the other side of the world.
Yes, and you've been telling me that the festival will be like 2 or 3 days, maybe four, next November. But right now, because of the limited, I mean, period of the festival, do you have certain criteria for the films? I mean, genres and length. What can, what can, what is you looking for from filmmakers?
Well, I want to say 33 categories, and it's not just, films at all. So we have categories for photography, for books, for written word, poetry, music, lyrics. We are not just for filmmakers. We really are for artists. And on Film Freeway, each category has, details on the description and length and all the information that you might need. And we do accept features, shorts, shorts. We really make it, um, easy for really anyone with any kind of film or art to find their category, and submit. So it's very broad, but also all of that information is very detailed, and you can find
On
that
Film
all
Freeway.
on Film Freeway.
Yes, yes, great, Erin. Before we close the interview, I see on the Internet Movie Database you're shooting a new film called Guilty by Vice. This is correct information.
This is a film, that I did as a short film in
Uh-huh.
Colorado, and it
Mhm.
looks like, that writer and director, I know he moved out to Los Angeles, and it looks like he may be developing that and producing it as a feature film.
Yes,
I did just see that myself too, so I should reach out to him and find out more. But
yes,
that story is based on a real story, the director's real story, and
Very good.
it's an incredible story. Yes.
This is excellent. Erin, I want to thank you very much for the interview, and I'm very happy that we did the interview on the launch of the website of your second edition. And I look forward for all the news about the edition. And of course, I wish you all the success in the festival and also in your work as an artist.
Thank you so much. I appreciate this opportunity to share this with you and to be interviewed on your platform. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you very much, Erin. Take care and best of luck.
Thank you. You too.